So you want to become a business owner. Finally here, 1765 Bellevue, West Vancouver. We are in our new location. We're really gonna get this thing started. Mats are finally here, right in the corner over there. They pulled up on the Friday. Today is Sunday, getting things ready to go. They've done a fantastic job. Here is my reception desk. I'm more excited about this than the mats, to be honest, because I know I'm gonna be sitting here the whole time. Seating arrangements, that's where the parents are gonna be chilling. Even over here as well. I can't really get in there, but check out the change rooms, man. These are nice. And then we got like built-in lights just to make sure you don't slip and fall on anything. We might have a bench in there. We got a few hangers in there. We're gonna get wall mats all the way around, 7 feet, so we could really throw people on the walls. Don't worry, my classes aren't gonna be like that, I promise. This is it. This is gonna be my baby right here. And don't get me wrong, upstairs was alright. That was never really the vision, you know what I mean? This is the true vision of West Vancouver, Gracie Barras. Check out the light fixtures and rearrange a few things. We gingerly moved it around. But don't get me wrong, I didn't do anything physical here. I'm not the most handiest man, unfortunately. I just handle business, that's all. I didn't really think about it too much up until the point where I got notified about the mats. It ain't real till I saw these mats, and my heart started beating. And it's been a long journey, but we're finally almost here. You just gotta be grateful. Just gotta be grateful when you're put into positions like this. You know, the opportunities like this don't come very often, and when it does, you gotta act on it. You hear the whole fire thing. Yeah, we struggling right now, guys. Yeah, we got about 1,000 square feet of rolling. Now, it might not seem like a lot, but that was the vision. Micro dojo. And then they tell you, oh, Josh, it looks so, Coach Josh, it looks so small. It ain't about the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean. And I realized the value of booking and reserving off of a reservation app like Zen Planner. The importance of preserving quality, because people are taking the time out of their day to actually go about training. And you know, sometimes they stick around for the hour, they stick around for 2, but you want to make sure it's worth their time. Always make it worth their while. The more I work this behind the scenes stuff, the more I could relate jiu-jitsu to it, you know what I mean? It's high level problem solving with dire consequences. Joe Rogan said that. There's some days where you don't want to show up, but you got to, man. You got to put food on the table. Don't let your heroes down. My mom's been a nurse for 30 plus years, waking up early, staying up late, taking sleeping pills just to put food on the table for me and my brother. So honestly, like, this is nothing to me. Feeling physically tired, that's nothing to me if it's nothing to my mom. We work hard now to make an easier life for my family, my mom, my brother, and my future family. So let's go upstairs. I'll take you guys upstairs. I'll show you what the academy looks like right now. So that's my day-to-day operations. I pull up to the stairs, listen to some beautiful piano, well, depending who's playing. When I first walked in here, man, my first thought was, yo, take me back to New West, man. This ain't it. And you know, there's nothing against the academy. It's just, you know, just the feel of it wasn't the same. Not, you know, from just by the aesthetic of the spot and just the people. You know, nothing against those guys, but it's like, man, this ain't New West. But again, like I mentioned in that previous video months ago, you know, I want to make it just like New West. If anything, I want to make it better. What kind of brought me to being who I am today was because of the atmosphere out in New West. It's because of the people out in New West, and I just want to see an atmosphere for them. Your boy is getting fat too. I mean, I've been gaining weight. This is about the heaviest I've been since I lost all my weight in nursing school. I haven't been as active. Let's just say that, you know, because of the back end stuff. And also when I'm running classes, as bad as I want to jump in sometimes, it's difficult because now you have a responsibility. Obviously there's responsibilities in New West, but like you have even more responsibilities. You're the guy that's taking care of everybody that's, you know, wanting to put their uniform on and train. So, you know, sometimes we tend to see injuries happen, and last thing you want to do is train while an injury happens. Now, again, it's a combat sport, grappling sport. Injuries do tend to happen, unfortunately, but you got to keep an eye on these kids and these students as well. My body's slowly catching up in terms of like these nagging kind of quote unquote injuries. I try to do little things like kettlebell. Kettlebells have been huge. I've been trying to run again, and at least uphold my health, because at the end of the day, you got to think of your own body and every activity that you do off the mats as Master Carlos as an investment. Being able to take care of your body. Like, you can't really run or teach a certain move or be here present or whatnot if you're not healthy. So despite business going good, how are you going to enjoy your life if you're not healthy? So eating right, getting your sleep in, trying to find ways to de-stress through whatever habits, as long as they're healthy habits. My biggest kind of reset is going back home to Surrey, seeing Mom and Jordan, seeing my girlfriend Angie, hanging out with the guys, because they relocated me in North Vancouver, and those days can get very quiet, and I'm alone with my thoughts, and that tends to be a little difficult sometimes. And I know my girlfriend's just a call or a text away, but it's so much better in person. So whenever I drive back to Surrey, it's the best feeling ever, because it's a nice reminder that, hey, this is why I'm hot. This is why it's happening. I do it for them. We're taking the speakers. We're taking the projector too, right here. We tried to use it for the women's self-defense seminar that Coach Megan ran, and it was a little too blurry, even when we started focusing on the thing. But this thing right here I will not miss. We're getting rid of this. I don't know if we're keeping the posters. Don't have to worry about running into this anymore. Don't have to worry about this corner here. We have no wall mats. These are just extras, to be honest with you. I had to go through the hardships here, dealing with quiet classes, dealing with rejection. I'm probably gonna run into new problems downstairs too. But when I got in, it was very discouraging, because just seeing the amount of people just leave left and right. I had big shoes to fill. They had a black belt instructor here, very high level. I guess people tend to see the purple belt. They say, hey, who's this guy? I try my best to build a rapport with them, and that's okay. It didn't pan out, and I don't blame them, man. Loyalty is hard to come by, so they stuck by their professor, and I commend them for that, because that's what I did too. I was in Vancouver. I switched over to New Westminster. By far, one of the hardest things is kind of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Obviously, the stuff that's not really on the mats. Being on the computer, calling people, texting people. I had crazy, I don't want to say anxiety, but I was super nervous when I had to call people for the first time. And right now, it's still kind of nerve-wracking a little bit. It's been about 7 or 8 months since I've been here, and I've learned a lot. Not just the computer stuff. It's also learning how to deal with your staff. By the way, very thankful for them. They are all from New West, and they wanted to come by and help me out. Let me show you what else we got going on. So we got this great water jug. Fantastic. Keeps it super cold. It's not really good for you though. Gut-wise, you want body temperature water, okay? So you want to make sure you get into that. Office space, the computer that used to be there, I'm switching that out because that is outdated. Printer, we're bringing that down. So yeah, when I come in, some days people just randomly pull up without even inquiring online. They come in, hey, I'm interested. Some of our walk-ins are because of that Oxford Learning Center, that tutorial spot. I can't front. I hated school to the point where I did so bad that I had to go to school again, going to tutors and stuff, and I hated that. And I don't know, can't front. I feel bad for these kids. They walk through here, they see all the fun that the kids are having over there, only to go and read books or do whatever. But hey, to each his own. I mean, hopefully the parents, I don't know, man. This big TV is coming down with us. I don't know where this is gonna go. I might just take it home. I don't know. I'm asking Professor. And over here we got the change rooms. Yeah, so it's relatively small. This is about as spacious as I could get. There used to be a rack here. I took that. We got chairs, and then we got racks for the loaner uniforms. Kick pads here. These foam rollers are money. Let me show you how I had to close my sale. So I had to do a TV presentation for every mom, dad, adult that was wanting to inquire for either their kids or themselves. So we talked about the schedule, prices, etc., etc. And I realized something while I was doing this. When I started, I was super nervous. I was damn near on the verge of crying when I did it with Professor Tony, because I just couldn't get it, and I could tell he was getting just he's getting a little impatient, and I don't blame him, man, because he's a master of sales, and I wanted to be like that too, and it was just a goal that was just unreachable at the moment, and I was on the brink of crying. I couldn't hold myself to it, and I tried it with Angie. I gave myself a roll call with Angie, and Angie just said, "Oh no, you're too robotic," and that really hurt, but I will say, after a few months, I have been getting a little bit better at it, and it's slowly coming together. So yeah, that was super tough starting out, but again, these are new skills, and learning how to close the sale, guys. If you guys want to make money, man, sales, even if you don't do sales, you're still kind of selling, if that makes sense. Whenever you go through any type of job interview, you got to sell yourself. You got to let them know that, hey, I am more than capable of working in this position at your establishment or academy or workplace. And you got to be the one that stands out. After a few months of doing this, I realized, like, hey, man, I'm doing the same thing that people on Shark Tank do, right? Because you're here to sell a product, you're here to sell a service, you're here to help better people's lives. Like, what better than martial arts? I got a ton of people that are ready to vouch for this academy. I got great students here. I'm so happy with the people that we have here now. I try my best to give them the best quality classes, despite my purple belt ranking. It takes a lot for people to trust somebody that isn't a black belt. I remember my very first trial class, he was a purple belt, and I thought, damn, this guy's like the GOAT. You know what I mean? And only for someone to kind of pull me aside and be like, hey, there's better instructors out there. Oh, make sure it's a black belt. Make sure it's this. Make sure it's that. I'll tell you right now, I'll learn from everybody. I'm not ashamed of learning from white belts, from kids even. They show me a lot in terms of maybe not the technical aspect of things, but like through their actions, it shows me that, hey, I could still learn from these guys, so I won't shy away from it. And it's just your duty to kind of filter out what will work and what won't work, etc., etc. But please make sure your academy does not have these mirrors, man. It's so distracting for kids. Whenever I'm standing here and I'm trying to explain something, those kids will be busy. Looking at themselves. They'll be like, bro, you don't have a date. Like, don't even worry about it. You might have a booger in your nose, but don't worry, we'll let that slide. With all that said, man, the grind continues. You work for super hard for a certain amount of time, and you reach a certain goal, only to find out that, man, there's more to it. There's another mountain to climb, and the work just doesn't stop, man. My professor told me a story about this one individual that's worked hard his whole life, and he decided to retire. And once he retired, man, this individual went downhill from here, and that's the last thing I want for myself personally. I want to be here as long as I can, just providing service, and then later on knowledge for the next person to step up and take over. And time is very valuable. Despite money coming in, you can't get time back. And time is not guaranteed. So, I also saw this thing. I think Angie sent it to me, but there's this person that had a stable career, and he ended up getting fired from it because certain things happened. But even with a steady job, with stable income, with job security, when things hit the fan, things like that still happen. So why not go for it? So why not go for your goals? Why not open that gym? Why not start that business that you've always dreamed of? Or I went for it, and I'm here right now, and I'm still going for it. Like, we're not done yet. This was never the dream. Like I mentioned, this was never the dream. Downstairs is the ultimate goal for me right now, and once that's settled, oh man, who knows where I'm gonna go next, man. Maybe consulting, maybe opening another academy. Who knows, man. The opportunities are endless when you have the resources. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it off there. I appreciate it if you guys watched it throughout this whole time. I'm getting old, I'm growing a beard, It was the longest my beard's ever been. I'm surprised the jeans are not with me, man. Like I guess I wasn't that Filipino as I thought.